we've just heard that Meta, the creators of Instagram and Facebook, have acquired Manus, Manus. You might know Manus. If you do, this news is probably surprising. Manus was one of the first agentic systems available to consumers. Everyday people could use Manus and set it off on tasks, and it would go and research, it would put things in tables for you. It would deal with complicated tasks in a way that none of the other AIs could at that point. So Manus came out, I think, back in March and was a big hit back then. Could do a lot of things that other models could not do. However, over time, all of the other models, so Claude and ChatGPT in particular, added agentic capabilities, the ability for it to go off and do some research. So Manus became less important. People were less excited about it. It's still a really good tool. And we just heard about 12 hours ago that it has been acquired by Meta. So Meta have purchased Manus. So this is on Manus. Manus is joining Meta. Nothing changes for you, same team, same product, same commitment. We are now better positioned to bring general AI agents to more people. I'm seeing a lot of confusion about this acquisition. Manus is primarily for when you have a complicated task that you need an AI to break down and go and work on, and it is fantastic at doing that. Meta's AI products, the ones that they have deployed on WhatsApp, the ones they've deployed inside of Facebook, are very much B2C for general consumers using social media, and they've bolted on AI. So when you're using AI inside of a social media, you're not necessarily sending it off to do research for you. You're not sending it off to do a complicated task, to go and scrape emails or to pull down a list of companies for market research. That's not the kind of task that you do when you are on Instagram. So there's a lot of confusion about why they buy an agentic system. I think it is it's an acqui-hire. Meta have been buying in a lot of talent for their superintelligence lab over the last year. I think they are basically buying the team. They're buying the Manus team and bringing them inside of Meta to work on Meta products. And I think what they're going to be doing is not necessarily consumer-facing software. It's not necessarily going to be stuff for Meta users to use on a day-to-day, but instead they're going to be working on the ads platform. Meta are already pushing into artificial intelligence inside of their advertising. We put it up. It's called Meta Advantage Plus. If you run Meta ads, you'll know all about this. But basically allowing any ads that you run to be optimized by artificial intelligence. This is their huge push inside of their advertising platform. And if you are somebody who uses Facebook, if you're someone who uses Instagram on a daily basis, you don't necessarily think of Meta as an advertising company. You think of them as a social media company. But this is where all their money comes from. This is a chart of where Meta's revenues come from. 99% comes from advertising, and about 1% comes from its virtual reality. I have one of their Oculuses here somewhere, but it is an advertising company in the same way that Google is an advertising company. Google makes about 70% of their revenues through adverts. Meta makes 99% of their revenues through adverts. This is how they make money. They make money through products like Meta Advantage Plus, which is businesses and companies running ads to their audience members. That's where the money comes from. This acquisition of Manus is to get the team working on agentic ads. So adverts that can improve themselves, a system where it can go out and research what the best adverts for a particular product, and then agentically adapt, run optimization tests, run A/B tests, etc., based on the results. I think this is the play here. And so they're going to be working in the back end to improve the advertising product. So when Manus says, oh yeah, we're going to continue with you'll have the same product in the same team in the same community, I don't think that's true. I think what we use Manus for on a day-to-day basis will slowly be shuttered, and talent will be repositioned into the advertising team at Meta Ads. I hope I'm wrong, because I really like Manus. I think it's a great product, but I think that's the way it's going to go. Either way, congratulations to the Manus team. They've just made an awful lot of money. The estimates are around 4 to 6 billion. So these are just estimates. So this is Ramp Labs. They say Meta just acquired Manus AI. Ramp Sheets modeled it out. So estimated price about 4 to 6 billion based on artificial intelligence mergers and acquisition comparables. Fastest to 100 million ARR in history. Very cool. Benchmark likely 8 to 12 times. You take the revenue and you apply a multiple here, and they're saying about 10x multiple. So based on this, and this obviously is not going to be the true figure. This is just a calculation. Around 5 billion acquisition. Meta just bought Manus for over 1 billion. 8 consumer AI apps have hit 100 million plus. So it's people like Lovable, 11 Labs, Perplexity. Oh, I've got more here. Suno, Gamma, Character AI, and Manus. Manus is probably the cheapest because it has the lowest revenues. That said, I don't consider Manus to be a consumer AI app necessarily. I think it's more for B2B enterprise use as a research tool. I don't think it's being acquired as a consumer AI app. So I disagree with that particular part of this analysis. Anyway, interesting news, and we'll see what happens to Manus. If you use Manus, this is, I would say, probably bad news. I don't think Manus is going to survive as it is today, which is a shame, but it is instead going to be pulled inside of Meta ads and turned into something internal. Hopefully I'm wrong. We'll see.